Hello everyone, back again here, and I'm going to be talking about, just in general, the kind of crap that is being talked about on the so-called news that people believe in for some reason, even though it's a proven fact that it does nothing but lie and cause issues, and, just kind of go a little deep into exactly what's going on and then the history and that kind of thing. So, just in general, seems like the order came down um, to really start pushing this whole thing where America is now getting involved with other countries at war and that kind of deal. And, they're going to make certain people the enemies, and then other people are the victims, and then you got to have the heroes. And, it's just a movie, really, is all it is. It's just a scripted movie, just like a movie is. And you see everything on TV. You've seen it for years, hopefully, or at least you kind of have some kind of suspicion by now that things aren't what they seem, and things are pretty much just crap, all on purpose from our supposed presidents and whatnot over time, just slowly destroying everything, and, from the social agendas and whatnot, or whatever you want to call them. Just like, you can't say about anything anymore. Like, I'm trying to tippy toe around words and that kind of thing on here because it's hard to do, and really the only thing we can do is just keep not going along with things and tell other people what's really going on and what's to come, and why it's happening. Remind them of things that have happened that they might have forgotten, and connect the dots. This is all completely scripted and planned. I understand there are events where they just completely get their actors and that kind of thing, and they go in that direction. It seems like possibly this one is a real thing where they're just full on, they just don't care, which, I mean, they haven't cared for a long time. When I mean they, I mean the people that make the actual calls and stuff, the ones who, own all the resources. They own the businesses above the CEOs and stuff like that. The Federal Reserve type people, the people that own, that are in the World Economic Forum, or, these big corporations and stuff, that they seem to have all the answers for everything all the time. And they tell us what to do all the time, and they come out and they say that they've groomed their people and that kind of thing, and they're all related by bloodlines, and they keep us down, and they look at us as nothing but people that work for them. So that's how they want to look at us. Let them, that's going to be on them. They're going to get theirs, and one day, whether it's here or elsewhere, whatever happens, I suppose. You ask for it, you're gonna get it. But anywho, so, just in general, these people are just soulless people. They have their plans. They've had their plan forever. We're not part of it, so they're just trying to get as many people off the earth as possible. You can look into the Georgia Guidestones. The first thing it says on the Georgia Guidestones: maintain humanity under 500 million. And I believe we're close to 8 billion last thing I knew. And that's a very significant number, which I believe is less than 10%. For sure, less than 10%, maybe less than 5% of the people that are alive now would survive in the ideal world, or whatever that was, predicted by the Georgia Guidestones from many, many years ago type deal. So, just look into the Georgia Guidestones and show people. We are not here to survive. We're here to kind of just help the people, help the elitists, whatever you want to call them, the globalists, the sickos, get to what they want, and then we're gone. That's the whole idea behind it. That's the plan. And frankly, they're screwing up their plan. All they do is screw up their plan. They don't know what they're doing anymore. They bring all their actors and their celebrities, their politicians. All of these people are just terrible. They're not good for anything, really. They're terrible for their own system. They don't know what they're doing. They constantly flip-flop in their opinions. The only purpose they serve is to serve their agendas. I mean, that's pretty obvious. People are realizing that the news is nothing but garbage. They're realizing that politics is a joke. They're realizing about secret societies, how people get to where they get. They're realizing that the people that make these calls are treating everybody down and that kind of thing, putting everybody down, treating them like crap. And people aren't going along with it, and I applaud them, most definitely. That's what we need to do. We need to stick together as people. Stop bickering about whatever nonsense your belief is or whatever, and we just need to go along to get along. And that's what we're going to keep doing until we can't anymore. There's so many things going on at once, and that's when you know it's an agenda, which, I mean, everything's an agenda, really. So, you can't watch TV or anything like that without being told to believe this or not to believe that, or so on and so forth. So, basically, it's pretty obvious how scripted and nonsensical all this stuff is. And it will continue to be forever. That's the plan, and that's how it's going to go. But I really feel like they're really screwing up their plans, because, what they're trying to do is they're trying to blame that country over there in Europe for attacking the other country, and America jumps in. That kind of sounds like the 40s, doesn't it? That supposed history that we learned. It's like the same thing repeating itself, because that's all they do. They repeat the same thing. And if you know anything about numerology and stuff, I'm sure there's plenty of numerology going on. If you don't understand everything, you can understand numerology, where it says about different things, that things have to happen in certain dates and that kind of thing. And there's Agenda 2030, or whatever it's called, Agenda 21, where by 2030 we'll have nothing and we'll be happy or whatever. We'll have no jobs. We won't own anything. We will own no land. We will own nothing. And that's the plan. So, we're not going to get anywhere by going along with everything, by putting stuff on our faces, by putting stuff in our bodies. It's not going to get anywhere in anybody anywhere. And this whole back and forth crap, it needs to end. It's the same thing that I've said since the beginning, before anything came out, supposedly, which there's no proof of. But, you don't see anybody sick, nothing like that, really. The flu's gone somehow. Isn't that a surprise? It's just one thing after the other, and that's just what it is. Because what we're living in is the precursor to the New World Order. The New World Order is where we basically have no rules, no laws, nothing. We have no land, we have no property, we have nothing. And, they take from one thing and then it trickles down, and the lowest person suffers, the person above them suffers, the person above them suffers. But the only people who won't suffer are going to be the people who go along with the agendas, way above our heads, have done very, very disturbing, sick things. Anything from lying about the system, anything about promoting the system, anything about distracting, anything about deflection, any of that is sinful behavior, and it'll be accounted for sure. Most definitely, things are being watched, and eventually these kind of things will be punished, whether it's from the humans or it's from, an outside force, before we get the chance to do anything, or, something happens where someone returns, and it's not going to be pretty for these people. They've sinned. They've lived a life of sin. They've done nothing but treat everybody wrong. They serve no real purpose on this earth. They have nothing at all. I don't care if you print money, if you own everything in the world, you own nothing when you have no faith in anything that matters. You have no loyalty to anything. You have no work ethic for anything. You have no morals. You have no soul. You have no emotion. So when you have all that lacking, you're nothing. And these type of people, these are the type of people that shut down our channels and whatnot. They don't let things come out. They don't let people talk. They don't let people have a difference of opinion. They fund everything. They distract everything. They turn everybody against each other. They sicken people, literally and figuratively. They figuratively sicken me quite often. But that's neither here nor there. They do things with children. They do things with animals. They do things with each other that are highly sinful and will be paid for. And it'll be quite the situation when it does happen. Because hopefully I'll be there for that. Whether it's after my life ends and I take the goal from there, or it's after my, before my life ends. We'll see, It sure seems to be ramping up really fast. And it's not helping by people going along with things, supporting the system. They don't want to listen to things. But all people can do is try to teach each other, talk to each other. Be neighbors with each other and that kind of thing. And if someone doesn't want to listen, or they want to argue, or they want to, they always want to be right, and they want to be prideful, they want to be egotistical, they want to be distracted, they want to be desensitized, well, it's not going to go well for them either. So I'd snap out of it real quick. Because, there are a lot of good people that are distracted by things. They believe in all this crap. They don't understand about acting with the sis of the cry. Those type. They don't understand about events. They don't understand numerology. They don't understand the occult. They don't understand a lot of things. They just know how to work. And that's about it. They know how to work for the system. And, they can barely get by. And to me, I think it's easy to get by, quite frankly. I mean, it's hard in a sense, but common sense should help people understand how to get by. I can imagine that those who have a lot of responsibilities and whatnot, they grew up and were distracted and desensitized and that kind of thing, but they have no sense. There's those people who have no sense of whether it's morality or it's intelligence or it's work ethic. Actual work ethic, not, I showed up to work. I worked 40 to 50 hours every week, blah, 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 blah. Like, nobody cares. Like, we're not prideful about that crap. We're not supposed to be prideful. My teachings specifically speak against being prideful. About exposing darkness, exposing the bad things in the world, exposing the people that deserve it. Explaining why things happen, explaining what's to come, that kind of thing. And see how everything was predetermined. It was all prophesized. And we're living in the time of the New World Order, where our privacy is taken, where our rights are being taken, where everything's going up in price, where everything's so scripted, and everybody wants to point the finger at one person or whatever. Let's blame the so-called presidents, or let's blame this or that. Well, you know what? You can blame everybody. You can blame everybody above us. Everybody in a position that we'll never achieve, that we can never achieve, because that's in their books and whatnot, from their Freemasonic secret societies to their occultic secret societies. It all connects, really, but all the secret societies, all the bloodlines, all that kind of garbage, they don't look at us as anything. We're just here to serve them until they don't want us anymore. And the more robotics and all that come out, the more they keep pushing electronics, and that's what's going to happen. People buy into things. It's the slow degradation of everything, the normalization of everything. We went from money to a card, and then we went from a card to tapping the, using the card as a, showing the card. You don't have to scan the card anymore or whatever from the chip and whatnot. The microchipping, the mark of the beast type stuff. It's definitely on its way. You can see with finances and that kind of thing, and technology, and illness, and war, all this nonsense, how it all ties together. And it's all by the same people all the time. And it's the same mindset all the time. Where all we can do is not go along with it. And keep on keeping on. Do what you do, and whatever happens is going to happen. To a degree, I have faith in what I'm going to, what's going to happen to me and that kind of thing, and I try to help other people have a good mindset. And I understand it's upsetting at times and this and that, but, you got to just do what you can do and learn things and learn how to survive things, because what they're trying to do is they're pushing so much nonsense, and the more people that resist it, the better. That's from taking the microchip implant, to taking the injections, to covering your face, to every little thing you can kind of do, and that kind of thing. You're not even doing anything wrong, really. And we're living in a time when they keep trying to tell us that we're going to get cyber attacked, or we're going to lose our power, or this or that. Well, you know what? People can live without power. They should be able to. People should be learning how to do things without electricity and whatnot. How to make food, how to, survive, how to store up things, and, how to find stuff on the land. And, I feel like a lot of people out there, they'll be more freaked out that they can't use their phones and that kind of deal. They can't go on the internet. So, it's just the mindset of people that they make no sense. But just realize everything that is to come was predetermined, pre-planned by your own people that supposedly we voted for, which obviously we didn't. I mean, you can tell. You can look through history of the presidents and whatnot and their ties, and how they're all family members, and you're voting for one or the other supposedly, which doesn't count. They're predetermined. They're selected, just like the quote says that presidents are selected, not elected, from other presidents. They take each other out and whatnot. They don't care. That's what we do have. We have the ability to care for each other. We have the ability to work together. We have the ability to make things happen. Unlike these people who they don't serve any purpose, really. They're just waiting to die, really. They don't do anything. Like, they've lived their lives of nothing. They really have, when you think about it. Like, what do? You destroy countries. You sicken people. You kill people. You have nothing. You mock the Bible all the time. You mock God. You mock Jesus. You do nothing but good. Nothing good, I mean. Nothing good at all. And you use your people, and your people are terrible, and all they do is lie, and people can see through them, and they can see through everybody else from the top down, and it's becoming more and more obvious. So let's just keep on going, and there's going to be a lot more content out there, and a lot more things that people are seeing, and it's becoming more and more obvious, and you're really screwing up your plan. So I hope you enjoyed your plan, because it's not going too well for you guys, and I'm pretty glad for it, because you're going to get what you deserve. So when it happens, and when you do what you want to do, you want to blow out the power, you want to do what you want, we're going to be ready. And it's not going to be about this and that and blame this country and blame that country. Crap's fake. That's what the New World Order is. All the countries already work together. Everybody knows it by now. It's just complete nonsense. Your stories, your acting, everything is just a joke. So, just in short, that's pretty much what's really going on, not some nonsense. Some probably clickbaity crap that people would put online. their stupid thumbnails and whatnot, their shock faces and their crisis acting and all that kind of crap. We're not into it. We know all about it, and we're not buying it.